In this video, I will be reviewing two cars that have just been added to Dusty Trip in the Vanguard Season Pass update, namely Quip and Stormline. The way to get Quip and Stormline is to complete the Season Pass to a high level, level 35. The way to complete the Season Pass is to complete the daily quest missions from each day. And an alternative way to complete the Season Pass quickly is to use Robux, which costs 750 but is pay to win. But unfortunately you can't get Stormline for free, because it requires a premium pass for 600 Robux. There are new vehicles in Dusty Trip, namely the Sarge car and the AC-130 airplane. There is also a new golden weapon, the Golden Mac 10. There is a new rebirth car in Dusty Trip, which is Thunderbolt. The way to get as usual by spending 50,000 caps to rebirth 5 times. One rebirth is equal to 10k caps and 75 Robux. From car skin there is an Eleganza car and Tommy guns. Here's the Stormline car I displayed from the garage. This car is based on the Nissan Skyline GTR with body modifications, carbon fiber doors and spoiler. It looks like this car is almost similar to Paul Walker in the movie Fast and Furious in 2009, not Too Fast and Furious. The difference is the carbon fiber door. If in the movie, there is no use of carbon fiber doors. Here is the Stormline car that I in the process of build. It turns out that there is an extra gas can from the Stormline car spawn, and I filled 18 liters of gas for a consumption test. I put a gas can in the trunk of the Stormline, and it turned out to be a little narrow, but it could only hold 2 gas cans, almost hard to insert anyway. Alright, it's in. It turns out that this trunk is a little fit anyway, and can only be 2 gas cans that can be inserted. I tried to sit in the passenger seat of the Stormline. It turned out to be correctly positioned right against the windshield. And the problem is that I got out of the passenger seat and teleported into the driver's seat. It looks like this developer needs to be fixed to get out of the car from the passenger seat. From the driver's seat, Stormline uses a digital speedometer as a headlight button, but works. And also had a radio, but the radio model was reused from a Classica car. Alright, it's time to test the speed, acceleration and consumption. Well, the sound of the engine is not similar to the sound of the Nissan Skyline engine, but sounds a bit like a tractor or more. The speedometer's Stormline top speed result is 263 km per hour, and the acceleration from 0 to 100 meters is 6.51 seconds, rather fast. We see the actual top speed results from a distance of 0 to 200 meters at high speed. The actual Stormline top speed result that I calculated from 0 to 200 meters and 4.34 seconds is 165 kilometers per hour. The brakes are pretty good, and it's time to check the car's consumption from 5,000 meters. 0.3 liters of gas used from 18 to 17 liters of gas. 0.1 liter of engine oil used, and 0.2 liters of radiator water used. It seems that this Stormline car is a bit fast, the acceleration of this car is fine and the consumption is very good. But there is a problem with the car. If using the Stormline at high speed for a long time, the engine will die by itself due to overheat. It turns out that the car's engine is dead, and I will check the radiator. This radiator is already filled with water, and why is the car engine overheating? Is it a game bug issue or some kind of weak radiator? It seems like the game has a bug because the Stormline engine overheats, but the water radiator is still there. It's time to test the Stormline with big wheels and see if it can increase speed. The result of the Stormline speedometer top speed with big wheels is 454 km per hour. The actual top speed result with big wheels from 0 to 200 meters and 2.39 seconds is 301 km per hour, too fast. You have to be careful when using big wheels. The Stormline car can easily tip over from off-road, and also full steering as well. The next car of the free season pass is Quip. This Quip car is based on a 1985 Honda CRX. The shape of this car is hatchback type, just like Juno car in Dusty Trip. Okay, here comes Quip car from the game, and it's time to build. It turns out that this Quip car has an extra gas can from spawn, and I filled it up to 18 liters. It's filled, and I'll check the trunk first. The height of this trunk is too bad, and I tried to put 2 cans in it. It looks like 1 gas can went in, but I tried to put 2 gas cans in the trunk of Quip car and it didn't go in. The trunk of this car is very bad. Imagine if you try to insert a heavy weapon, such as a junk gun, it cannot enter. The position of the passenger seat is correct and right in view of the windshield. It turns out that I was trying to get out of the passenger seat by opening the door, and there was nothing strange about being teleported to the driver's seat. What is this? I touched a gear stick. And was the first time a car had a gear change feature in Dusty Trip? This car has a working headlight switch, but the lights are not as bright compared to the Stormline car, and also has a radio. It turns out that this car can change gears, but the manual transmission feature is not there in the Dusty Trip when I'm trying to press the button on the gear stick. The top speed result of the Quip speedometer car is 150 km per hour, and the acceleration of the car from 0 to 100 meters distance is 9.32 seconds, rather slow. Let's see what the actual top speed is. The actual top speed of the Quip car that I calculated from a distance of 0 to 200 meters and 7.15 seconds is 100 kilometers per hour. The brakes of this Quip car are rather bad. The gear shift changes to reverse when I try to go in reverse. The logic is that if I touch the radio, but there is a gear shift sound when the stick is not touched. Time to check car consumption from a distance of 5,000 meters. 1.4 liters of used gas from 18 to 16.6 liters. 0.3 liters of engine oil used. And 0.7 liters of radiator water was used. It seems like the speed of this car is somewhat similar to the speed of the Deadbolt car. From the actual top speed, this Quip car is worth grinding in the season pass, but the acceleration of this Quip car acceleration is a bit slow, but it's okay. But the consumption of this Quip car is quite good when it reaches a distance of 5,000 meters. Lastly, I tested the speed of the Quip car with big wheels. The top speed result of the Quip speedometer car with big wheels is 223 kilometers per hour. The actual top speed result from 0 to 200 meters and 4.54 seconds using big wheels is 158 kilometers per hour. Okay, the two-car test has been completed, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, comment, like my videos, and see you soon.